Classic Baseball. Baltimore at New York. New York is 1-2, and we're right about to start. Both teams are 1-2. Yankees are in fourth place. Baltimore is in third place. It's going to be Mullins in center field, Mancini the DH, Mountcastle the left fielder, Franco at third base, Severino the catcher, Valleca the first baseman, Galvis the shortstop, Urias the second baseman, and McKenna in right field. Pitcher will be Lopez, Jorge Lopez for the Yanks. At Yankee Stadium, it's going to be LeMahieu the second baseman, Judge in right field, Hicks in center field, Stanton the DH batting cleanup, Torres batting fifth the shortstop, sixth is Sanchez the catcher, seventh is Bruce the first baseman, Urshela at third base, and then Clint Frazier the left fielder. Let's get this started. Let's play ball. Let's get a feel for some 2021 Fall Classic Baseball. See how it plays. I'm going to be rolling 2d6 with a d20. D20 will tell us basically the outs. So it's going to, and I'll be using the fast action cards as well. All right, so that's going to be a 35, Cedric Mullins. It's a blank. We go over to the pitcher, and it's a 1-12 single because Montgomery's a B, and it's a 4, so that's a base hit. So Mullins is on with a single. And he is a fast base runner. Trey Mancini is up next. Pitch from Jordan Montgomery, the left-hander. And that is a 45, which will be an 11. That will be an 11 with a 5 S runner out at second, but he is a fast runner. Batter hat. Okay, let me see. For A or F or A runner advances to second. Okay, so it's going to be a 5-3. Runner advances. Grounded to short, Urshela up with it. Throws out Mancini. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Pitch from Montgomery, and that is a snake eyes, and that'll be a ground ball to third. Holding at second will be Mullins, so Urshela looks him back. 2 out. And here's Michael Franco. Journeyman type third baseman. He's with his third team this year, third or fourth team. 41, and that's going to be ball 4. So Montgomery loses Franco. We got first and third with 2 outs. Next pitching is Pedro Severino is up. And that's a 31. That'll be bounced up the middle and through for a base hit. That'll score a run. Let's see what happens with the runner at first. He will stop at second. 1-0 Baltimore. Next is Valleca. Pat Valleca. Pitch, and that's a 51 with a 6. Will be, almost a strikeout. Otherwise, we're going to check. Who are we going to check here? We are going to check the 51 shortstop. Shortstop, I think it's going to be an error on Torres, and it is. It's going to be a 1-base error, so he boots it. E6, and that loads the bases. I think my printer is possessed. It's just making a noise in the background. All right, so that's an E6. Error on Torres. And Valleca's on it first. The bases are loaded. Jordan Montgomery struggling a little bit here, and his defense is not giving him much help. Here's Galvis, Freddie Galvis, 42, and that's ball 4, and that'll force in a run. And that'll be an unearned run, but the bases continue to be loaded. Let me see what's going on here with that. Oh, wait a second. Huh. Can't make that noise stop. Let me see if I can unplug it. There you go, done. All right, now is Urias Ramon Urias. Pitch from Montgomery. And that is a 65, which is a pitcher home run. And that ball is a deep drive to left field, way back. And Frazier looks up, and that's gone. A grand slam. All unearned runs, by the way. So that's a 5, 6, and 7. And then, of course, 8. Grand slam for Urias, who hit 7 home runs. Connects here. Wow. Next up is McKenna, Ryan McKenna. And that'll be a 21. Struck him out, and that ends the inning. But they pick up 5 runs, 4 unearned runs on 1, 2, 3 hits, and a couple of walks. And we go to the bottom of the first. So the Yanks been struggling. They've been falling behind early in games. And their offense has not been producing. So it's going to be DJ LeMahieu starting off. Let me see. Strike out there. All right. Here's the pitch. 63, and that'll be a ball right back to the mound and picked up by Lopez for the out. 1 down. Aaron Judge next with a 32, and that'll be bounce to third. Franco over to Valleca. 2 outs. And a 12, Aaron Hicks with a ground ball second base to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down. Easy inning for Lopez. He has his ace stuff today, by the way. Here's Cedric Mullins, who led off the game with a single and scored a run. 26, and he will bounce out to first. Oh, put it in the wrong spot. 1 down. So Mullins grounds out to the first baseman. Next up is Mancini with a 25, and that'll be a ground ball to third. Urshela throws him out. 2 down. And here's Ryan Mountcastle with a 35, and that will be a ground ball to short. Scooped up by Torres, fires to first and gets him. 3 up and 3 down. Easy inning there for Montgomery after really struggling in that first inning. Gleyber Torres up. Actually, it's Stanton with a 44, and that's going to be. Where is Stanton? Oh, Stanton didn't play in the last game, so I got to pull him back in. Giancarlo Stanton. All right, so it's Stanton is up. And he, let's see, that was a 44, and that's going to be a single. Base hit to left. He's on with a single. Next up is Torres. Let's see if I can find Torres here. There he is. Gleyber's up. That's a 42, and that'll be ball 4. So a couple of runners on for the Yanks. Got something brewing here at the bottom of the second. First 2 runners on. Here's Gary Sanchez. Good power. And a 43 will be an out. An 18 is a fly ball to center field. The runner on second will hold up. 1 down. Jay Bruce, lefty with a 24, and that will be a ground ball to second. That is Urias goes to Galvis, and Galvis to Valleca. 4-6-3 double play. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 left. Move to the top of the third. Michael Franco leading it off with a 24, and that'll be a 1-5 plus a -6, so that'll be a fly ball to center. No hit by pitch there. It's a negative number. Lifts one to center field. Aaron Hicks over and squeezes it for the out. Pedro Severino, he singles with a 61, and he'll strike out here. Next up is Pat Valaika. He reached on an error and continued that inning, and he's going to fly out to right field. On the run is Judge, and Judge tracks it down in the gap. So Montgomery now retired 7 consecutive batters. Up is Urshela now, and then Frazier, and then the top of the order with a 22, and that'll be a base hit. Lines one to left center field, played on a hop by Mullins. Clint Frazier with a 66, and that's going to be a drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. Played off the wall by Mountcastle. Let's see if Urshela will try to score. No, they're going to hold up. So it's going to be second and third for the Yanks now. And up comes LeMahieu. The Yanks trail 5-0. The Orioles came up with 5 runs in the top of the first inning. And that's going to be a 44. That's going to be ripped a rope to left center field. And both runners will score. Around comes Urshela. In comes Urshela. And around comes Frazier. Oh, no. Frazier is actually going to hold up. Hold on a second. It's first and third. RBI single for LeMahieu. It's 5-1. And here's Aaron Judge. Here's a pitch, and that's a deep drive way back center field, and Mullins looks up, and that's gone. 5-4, 3-run shot for Aaron Judge. All rise. Home run. 9-1 and 2. 3 RBIs for Aaron Judge here in the bottom of the third. So they're finally getting to Lopez a little bit. Score is 5-4. Next up is Hicks. He grounded out to second base, and a 45. That'll be a ground ball. He's a switch hitter, so he'll be batting lefty, ground ball to second for the first out here in the bottom of the third. Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton singled and a 53 with a 14. That's going to be a range check on the shortstop, Galviz. And that will be a base hit past the diving Galviz. And another slow. Yanks have a lot of plotting guys. They got Urshela's an S, Frazier's an S, Stanton's an S, and here's Torres. Lopez checks in with Severino for the sign. Sets and deals a 41. That's ball 4. So the Yankees continue to put the pressure on Jorge Lopez. Got a couple on with only 1 out. They're down by 1. Here's Gary Sanchez. And that's a 44. That's going to be a ball 4. So the bases are loaded. Pitching coach is going to come out and talk to Lopez, who has lost the command of the plate here. And Bruce, with the bases loaded, with 1 out, bottom of the third, scores 5-4. So Lopez against Bruce, and here's the pitch. Infield is back looking for that double play, willing to give up a tying run to get out of this inning at 21, strike 3. And now with 2 outs is Urshela. Urshela started all off with a single. Big strikeout of Jay Bruce. And here's Gio Urshela, the pitch, and that's a 31. That's bounced up the middle and through. Let's see how many score. F scores Torres, I believe. Is he an F? He is. So 2-run score. Sanchez will stop at second base. And the Yanks have taken a 6-5 lead here in the bottom of the third. Yikes. 1-run score. That's 4, 5. And he stops at second. So 4 and 5. 2 RBIs for Urshela. And the Yanks take the lead. Next is Clint Frazier. Oh, that's going to be it. And that's going to be it for Lopez. Yes, sirree. Going to go to the bullpen, and we're going to bring Armstrong. Grabbing Armstrong. You get all the players with this game. So sometimes Sean Armstrong's coming in. And what kind of stuff will he have? He will have his B stuff. All right, so it's Armstrong versus Clint Frazier here with the bases loaded in the bottom of the third inning. First and second. Here's the pitch, and that's a 24, which is a 1-10 hit by pitch. We rolled a 4, and that's a hit by pitch. That's going to load the bases now. So Frazier gets plunked, and he doesn't like it. Got it in the rib. Took one in the ribs. LeMahieu now. Bases. Oh, wait a second. Let me go back one. I forgot to bring in Armstrong on the screen. All right, and he gets hit by the pitch. So 2 outs, bases loaded. And LeMahieu, he's 1 for 2. He singled and drove in a run. And he's going to get a 65. Ooh, with a -2, and that's an 18. And a 19. That's a deep drive to right field. McKenna way back on the track, up against the wall, and makes the catch. Yikes. So that'll end the inning, but that was almost a grand slam by DJ LeMahieu. With that 19, it was just too high. It was a -2 on LeMahieu. It was a 1-20. But with a -2 made it 18. I rolled 19, 1 above. All right. Galviz now. Actually, you got Valleca. Valleca's up. Pat Valleca. No. Okay, hold on. I got to go back. To the ending. Hold on a second here. All right, I went back and checked the score and found out that score is 6-6. I don't know what happened in that first inning. Something got by me. So right now it is Galviz batting in the top of the fourth. Yanks score 6 in the bottom of the third, and they tie it up on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, a couple of walks, hit by pitch. It's all tied at 6 here in the top of the fourth inning. And here goes. Here's the pitch from Montgomery. And that's going to be a 65 pitcher home run, 1-7. That's a fly ball, deep fly ball, center field. 1 away. Hicks. Got a good jump on that ball. Urias next. And that's a 21, strike 3, 2 away. Strikeout number 3 for Montgomery. And here's McKenna, who struck out. 23, and he strikes out again. Number 4. 3 up and 3 down. Montgomery's now is retired 10 in a row. We're at the bottom of the fourth. Aaron Judge leading off. He homered in the third, and here he's going to bounce one up the middle for a base hit. On with a single. Next up is Aaron Hicks. Sean Armstrong replaced Lopez with a 21, and that's a strikeout. Here is Stanton with a 54, and that may be a wild pitch to 17. and it is no wild pitches. So it's blocked. Again, Stanton with a 63, and that'll be a bouncer to second base. Let's see, second baseman Urias is an average arm, so that'll be a fielder's choice. 4-6. Stanton on a fielder's choice. And here's Gleyber Torres with 2 out, 1 on. In the bottom of the 4th, all tied at 6. That's a 65. That's going to be a deep drive. Torres gets a hold of one, drives it deep to left center field, and that ball is gone. Yanks have taken an 8-6 lead. Gleyber Torres. That may be his 3rd home run of the season. Let's check real quick here. So let's check. And that is Gleyber's, his 1st home run of the season. Judge has one. And Urias has one today. This is the 4th game of the season. So 8-6 Yanks. And here's Gary Sanchez with 2 outs. Pitch from Armstrong. That's a 13. That's a strikeout, and that ends the inning. So 2 runs come in on 2 hits. A 2-run homer by Gleyber Torres, and the Yanks lead it by a score of 8-6. All right, Cedric Mullins leads off the top of the 5th against Montgomery with a 65, and that ball is way back to right field and gone. 8-7 now. Solo shot here for Mullins. Trey Mancini up next. And a 64, and that'll be a ground ball to the shortstop. Torres to his left, scoops it up and throws him out. 1 away. Mountcastle with a 56 checks his swing. They check with the first base umpire. He went around, rings him up. Mountcastle didn't think so. 2 out, and here's Franco with a 22, and that'll be a fly to right. Racing in is Judge. He gets there. 1 run on 1 hit, the solo home run. 8-7. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Now Jordan Montgomery's still in there, but he's only allowed 2 earned runs. They were mostly unearned runs. Allowed 4 hits and 2 walks. So he's still in there. Jay Bruce leading off. You know what? We're pulling Armstrong. And we're going to bring somebody else in, a guy named Fry. Paul Fry, lefty. And he will have his A stuff. Not good control, has very poor control. Good strikeout pitcher, but with poor control. Here's Jay Bruce. I'll let him bat. Actually, we're going to bring in Talkman. I think I have Talkman available. I don't know if I do. I have to. If I don't have him, just let Bruce bat. But I know Talkman comes into this game and plays in this game. Tyler Wade is also available, but yeah, you know what? I don't have Talkman. I'm going to have to print him out, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Just let Bruce bat. Here's a pitch from the new pitcher, Fry. All right. To Bruce, a 41, and that is ball 4. So Bruce walks. Next is Urshela with a 24, and that's a hit by pitch with a 9. Plus 5, that's a 1, 2 plus 5, so that's a 2 plus 5 is 7. I rolled a 9. So a fly ball to right. McKenna's there. That's the first out. So Urshela flies out to right field. Here's Clint Frazier with a 24. Again, a 1-10 hit by pitch with a +5. That's a plunk. Second time Frazier's been hit today. That's unusual. First and second, one out. Here's LeMahieu with a 53, and that's going to be a range hit. That's a drive. Will it drop in? Yes. And that'll score a run. Going to third will be Frazier. RBI single, range single for LeMahieu. And the Yanks lead it 9-7. Aaron Judge, pitch from Fry, and that's a 56. Strike 3. So Aaron Judge strikes out. 2 up now. And it's Aaron Hicks, the pitch, and that is a 54. That could be a wild pitch. Man on base. Pick off. Let's see. Kind of an arm. Oh, catcher S arm. There's a pickoff. Oh, no, it depends on the catcher's arm. Okay, let's look at the catcher's arm. Severino has an A arm, so 1-4. They pick off the runner at first, and yes, they pick off, so it's 2-3, and they got him at first base. That ends the inning. So they surprised LeMahieu, and it's 9-7. Yanks pick up a run on a walk, a hit by pitch, and a single. They lead it 9-7. Go to top of the 6th inning. Severino's up against Montgomery, who's still in there. And that's going to be a snake eyes, which will be bounced to right back to the mound. Montgomery's got it, and underhands to Bruce. Valleca is next with a 43, and that'll be bounced to third base. Urshela throws a strike to Bruce for out number 2. And Galvis with a 51, and a 51. It's going to be an error check on the shortstop. But 16 is going to be too high. That'll be a ground to short to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down. And Aaron Hicks against Paul Fry, still in there, with a 41, and that'll be ball 4. So Hicks walks. Some movement in the Baltimore bullpen. Giancarlo Stanton, and that's a 31, and that's a ground ball and through the left side. Let's see, FA to third. Hicks, I believe, is OS. He will stop at second. So first and second. And here's Gleyber Torres, who homered and walked twice, scored a couple of runs. Here's the pitch from Fry. 21, strike 3. He gets him with a high fastball for the first out. Gary Sanchez next. And that's going to be a 66, and that is a deep drive. He gets a hold of one, drives it way back, and that is gone, my friends. 3-run shot. The Yanks are now up by a score of 12-7. Gary Sanchez connects 3, 4, and 6. And Fry can go 7. He went 4 there, 5, 6, and he is done. So Fry is out. All right, it's going to be Alexander Wells. Who's got the most games? I believe he 44, 11. We're going to get, you know what? We're going to get Tyler Wells. We've got a couple of Wells. All right, so Tyler Wells is coming in to pitch. Who's up? Jay Bruce. See what kind of stuff Wells has got. He's got his B stuff. All right, here's the pitch. Wells versus Jay Bruce at 26 against a righty. That's a base hit. So the barrage continues. Single for Bruce. Next up is Gio Urshela with 1 out. That's a 52 and an 11. It's going to be an error check on the second baseman, Urias, and Urias makes the play and turns it into a 4-6-3 double play. That ends the inning. So Urias bobbled it for a split second, but then got it to go around to the shortstop and then back to first. 4-6-3 double play. And Yanks pick up 3 more runs on 3 hits, and they lead it by a score of 12-7. Yikes. Top of the 7th, Urias leading it off against Montgomery, who's still in there with a 63, and that'll be a line drive right at third base, and Urshela snags it. Okay, so here's McKenna. Pitch from Montgomery, a 62, and that'll be a strikeout. Strikeout number 5-6 for Montgomery. This will be his last inning. Only 2 earned runs in this game, and really only 4 hits. And a 63 will be a bounce to the second base by Mullins, and that ends the inning. So it's an L5, a K, and then a bouncer to the second baseman for the bottom of the 7th. Tyler Wells against Gio. No, Gio made the last out, the double play. Clint Frazier with a 34, and that'll be a fly ball to right field. Under it is McKenna, and he makes the catch. LeMahieu's got a couple of hits today. He's 2 for 4 with a 53 and an 11. That's going to be a range check on the shortstop and a diving play by Galvis, and gets up on his feet, fires to first, scooped out by Valleca. 6-3. They just get LeMahieu by half a step. Great play by the shortstop Galvis. And here's Aaron Judge with a 23, and they got him. Goes down on strikes. 3 up and 3 down for Wells. Top of the 8th, we're going to have a new pitcher for the Yanks. And it's going to be, who's it going to be? And we'll bring in 60. We'll bring in Green. Chad Green, what kind of stuff will he have? He will have his A stuff. Against Mancini. Pitch, and it's a 25. Will be a fly ball, center field for the first out. Mountcastle with a 31, and bounces to the second baseman, LeMahieu, who charges bare hands and sidearms it to Bruce and just gets him. Great play by LeMahieu. Next is Michael Franco, who's 0 for 2 and a walk and a 21. Strike 3, got him, and that retires the side. Easy inning for Chad Green. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 12-7 Yanks. Yanks were down 6-0, came back with 6 in the bottom of the 3rd, and then picked up 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 3 in the 6th. They lead it 12-7. Yanks got 12 runs on 13 hits and 1 error, while Baltimore has 7 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. Hicks today is 0 for 3. Pitch from, actually, we're going to pull Wells here. So we'll use that roll. We're just going to use a different pitcher, and we're going to bring in Plutko. And see what kind of stuff Plutko has. We'll use that 15. That'll be his C stuff. And it's a snake eyes for Hicks, and that'll be bounced to short. Oh, actually bounced to first because he's swinging from the left side. So it's a 3 unassisted. Giancarlo Stanton is next. Stanton is 3 for 4. 3 singles and a fielder's choice, and gets a hold of one, drives it way back center field, and that ball is in the black here at Yankee Stadium. Home run for Giancarlo Stanton. That's, I believe, his 3rd of the year. A solo shot makes it 13-7. Yikes. That's 432 feet. Torres now. Gleyber Torres. Pitch from Plutko with a 14, and that'll be bounced to second base, picked up by Urias, who throws him out for the 2nd out of the inning. Gary Sanchez is next. Sanchez with a 24, and that's a hit by pitch. Yes, it is. He gets plunked. The 3rd Yankee hit today. Jay Bruce. Bruce today is 1 for 3 with a walk, a run scored, and a single. Bounced into a double play and struck out. That's going to be an error check against the second baseman, but it'll be too high, and that'll be a play that Urias makes. So 1 run on 1 hit, the solo home run by Giancarlo Stanton, his 3rd of the year. Get a new pitcher here in the top of the inning for the Yanks. Yanks lead at 13-7. So Green is out, and we'll bring in Sessa and see what kind of stuff Sessa has. He will have his B stuff. There he is, Luis Sessa with his B stuff against Pedro Severino. And here's the pitch. A 51 is going to be an error check on who? On the 3rd baseman, Urshela. Urshela will make the play. Bobbled it for a split second, but then got a handle and threw a bullet across the diamond to Bruce to get Severino. Here's Pat Valleca, who's 0 for 3. With a 53 and a 15. This is going to be a range check to right field. Will it drop in? Judge makes a sliding catch. And no! Pops out of his glove, and they're going to give him a single for that. Valleca with a single, a range single to right against Judge, who just could not get it, keep it in the glove. And here's Galvis. Galvis is 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's a pitch, a 34, and that'll be banged up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. Runner will hold at second. Nobody's advancing here. Ramon Urias, who hit a grand slam earlier in the game with a 53-1, struck him out. Big strikeout for Sessa for the 2nd out of the inning. And the last batter is going to be Ryan McKenna. We're going to let him bat. Pitch to McKenna with a 25, struck him out, and that is the ball game. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left, and the Yanks beat up on the Orioles. They are 2-2 now. The Orioles 1-3. The victory goes to Jordan Montgomery, 1-0. The loss will go to Armstrong, 0-1. And the MVP is Giancarlo Stanton. Take a quick look at the Yankees. 4 hits for Stanton, including that solo home run. He's batting .500. That was Stanton's 3rd home run of the season. Montgomery went 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Gave up 2 home runs, faced 28 batters. Lopez went 2.2 innings, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. He got pulled. And that's about it for Fall Classic Baseball. This is Game 4 of the season for the Yanks against the Baltimore Orioles. This is the first game of a set against the Baltimore Orioles. They play Toronto. I don't know if I recorded any of those. I may have recorded one. I'm not sure. And remember to join Universal Baseball Association Facebook group and try out this game. It's a lot of fun. It's got all the players, got all the seasons, and easy to learn, easy to play. So the Yanks with 13 runs on 14 hits and 1 error. The Orioles with 7 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. And that's about it. Remember, like and subscribe my channel. I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care.